All right. Hello. Welcome to yoga. Today we are going to focus in on, here's the list: shoulders, neck, general posture. We are going to avoid being upside down too much, and we are going to throw in a little bit of core strength as well, just for fun. So let's get ready. We are going to start by being sat on a block. Sit yourself up nice and tall. I know I say this regularly, but let's remember how to sit, okay? So really find those sit bones. So wiggling out the cushy bit of the bottom and making sure that you are anchored down onto your sit bones. We're going to sit up nice and tall. So imagining that cord from the crown of the head, drawing you up towards the ceiling. Inhale those shoulders up towards your ears, and then exhale them, roll them back down. I really like to take my hands to my thighs here because I can physically see the difference as I inhale my shoulders up, rolling them back and down, and then hopefully your hands should be moving as well. Okay, just do this a couple of times, just finding that movement through the shoulder space. That feels nice, doesn't it? Okay, and then when you're ready, just reversing it. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Really think about the openness through the chest. Bring them up towards the ears and all the way back down. This is something that if you do this looking in a mirror, you think, oh, that's a weird thing. That's not something you see your body do very often. And also you realize just how much space there is between your shoulders and your ears, which is, again, something interesting to note. Okay, so just coming back, rest position. Let's just check where that posture is. Have you started to fall forward, maybe? If you have, just thinking again about that lovely long spine, lifting you up from the crown of the head, really finding space between the vertebrae. And we are just going to simply close off the eyes if you're comfortable to do so. And we're just going to take some nice even breathing to bring us into class today. So up to you whether you want to keep your hands on your knees or if you want to take a hand to your chest and to your tummy to have a physical feeling of breath. Entirely up to you. So here we go. We're going to take an inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Allowing the breath to return to its normal pattern. I'm going to invite you to find yourself an intention from today's practice, whatever that might be. Some ideas, a little bit of self-celebration, that's always quite nice. Some appreciation, or maybe simply just allowing yourself to be present today, or one of your own. Okay, and then when you're ready, slowly begin to open up the eyes. All right. I think I might have miscounted on that. Sorry. Just, it's been a long day. Let's switch out those legs and find slightly more even body. So this is probably the side that you feel the least comfortable with, which is probably why we need to work on it just a little bit. So we're going to take that right hand down, bring that elbow in towards the body, rolling that right shoulder back, and take that left arm up. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen. Take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Let's lift the chin. As you exhale, take that left arm over the top of you. So just bringing that arm alongside the ear, reaching towards that side wall. Maybe taking a gaze up towards the ceiling. And then coming back up, take that left hand down, bring that left elbow in towards you, left shoulder rolls back, right arm's going to come up. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Take the gaze up towards the hand or towards the ceiling, and then bring the chin up as well. And then on the exhale, take that arm over the top, alongside the ear. Take a moment, feel into that side body stretch, taking the gaze up towards the ceiling if it feels good, rolling that right shoulder back just a little bit, opening through the chest. And let's come back up to sitting. From here, we're just going to take the hands to the back of the head, interlace the fingers. Start by opening the elbows to opposite walls. So really thinking about opening through that chest space by drawing those shoulders together. From here, begin to bring the elbows in towards the ears, tuck the chin to the chest, pause here. Find a really nice deep stretch down the back of the neck. And then as you exhale, begin to round through the spine. Coming down vertebrae by vertebrae. Pausing at the point where you feel like this is a good stretch for you. You don't want to go past that point. You don't want to be pushing. And then slowly coming all the way back up. Once you reach the top, open the elbows out and then lift the gaze towards the ceiling. Again, thinking about squeezing those shoulder blades together. That core needs to draw in to keep you secure. And then let's go again. We're going to start to drop that chin towards the chest as the elbows come in towards the ears. Begin to round down through the spine. Feeling the skin stretch as the spine begins to round. And then inhaling all the way back up. And then when you're ready, open those elbows out. Lift the gaze towards the ceiling. And then come back to neutral. We're going to drop the right elbow down. We're going to lift through that left elbow. You're going to notice that really nice stretch down that left side body. Maybe turning the gaze towards that left elbow. Bring the head back to center and then gazing towards that right elbow. Head back to neutral and body back to neutral. All right, left elbow comes down, right elbow lifts. Be mindful if that right elbow dips forward. We want to keep those shoulders stacked over one another. So if that means that we come to here rather than here, then that is perfect. Taking those nice deep inhales, feeling that stretch down that side body. And then turning the gaze towards the right elbow. Back to center and then towards the left elbow. And then back to center. Bring the body back to center. Nice job. All right, that right hand is going to come down by the side of you. Lift that left arm, sweep the arm all the way over. Let's move in a slightly more fluid way. Left hand comes down, right arm comes all the way over. Just working through whatever pace feels good for you. Feeling free in your movement. Keeping control, but going where your body feels good. Okay, I'm going to take one more round here. And then when you're ready, come back up to your center. Okay, so from here, let's just switch out those ankles again, find your opposite leading legs, moving them to switch them up. And then from here, we're just going to take that right hand, we're going to bring the left hand behind us, and we're going to take that right hand to the outside of that left thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Remember that lovely posture from the beginning of class, and then draw the chest round. So maybe the gaze comes over that left shoulder, maybe it doesn't matter. With every inhale, grow tall, and with every exhale, perhaps you come just a little bit further round, moving to wherever that air was in the lungs. And then coming all the way back through center, let's switch out. Right hand's going to come behind you. Grow tall, think about that lovely posture. Left hand to the outside of that right knee. Inhale, lift, lengthen, exhale, starting to look over that right shoulder or towards the side wall. Avoid leaning back. Really, it doesn't matter how far round you come. What we're looking for is that lovely long spine and that twist. Okay, and coming back through our center, we're going to take the hands behind us, roll those shoulders back and down, find that open chest. As you take an inhale, think about lifting the chest towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring the hands around to the front, push down through the fingertips and take a round into the spine. Really push the skin against the spine, really feeling that stretch through the shoulders. Let's walk the hands behind us. Take an inhale, and as you do, roll the shoulders back and down, lift through the chest. Allow the neck to be controlled, but maybe open through the throat as the neck comes back. Okay, coming back round, bringing those hands to the front, taking an inhale, pushing the hands into the mat, and as you exhale, push through the fingertips to round through the spine, finding space through the shoulders. Okay, from here, we're going to sit up nice and tall. Remove the block from underneath your bottom. We're going to take the feet together if this is comfortable for you. If you prefer to use a block because you're really tight in the hip space, then absolutely carry on with the block. But if you're happy to go without, then do. So we're thinking again about that posture, nice and tall through the crown of the head. Thinking about those feet coming together, and they can be here. It doesn't matter where they are. We want to find some openness through the hips. So just for a moment, bringing those hands towards the feet, sitting up nice and tall. Use the hands as leverage to bring that chest forward, and that core can engage, and you can lengthen through the crown of the head. And now from here, taking a forward fold. It doesn't matter where you get to. If that is your forward fold, it is perfect. But if you can move the belly out of the way, perhaps using those elbows as leverage into the inner thighs, just finding that movement into that hip space. Just going to sit here as we inhale, thinking about moving, lifting, and as we exhale, moving and sinking back down. And then slowly and carefully start to round up through the spine. Walk those hands behind you, and then push down through the hands, lift the chest. Knees probably come closer towards the floor. Deep stretch through the inner thighs. And then gain control of the neck, walk those hands back in. Okay, we're going to come over onto all fours. Find your tabletop position. We're going to move through our cat-cows, but my cat-cow might look different to yours because I prefer to move in a different way. So if you want to stick with traditional cat-cows, you know where you're going. So we've got our shoulders over our wrists and our hips over our knees. We can take that inhale. We can think about lifting the gaze, dropping the tummy, sit bones towards the ceiling. And that will be our cow pose. And then we can start to move into cat as we round through the spine, moving from the pelvis, lifting the spine towards the ceiling, taking the gaze down, towards the knees, push down through the hands. But if you want a little bit more movement, try moving over the wrists and then back over the knees. Just gets a, I feel like it's a little bit more of a dynamic movement. And I personally prefer it. But yeah, march to your own beat and go for it. So starting to move through the body, maybe playing around with some circles, moving back through one wrist, over a knee, and then moving round to the other side. And really listening to what your body wants. Remember though, always trying to even out. So if you're doing it in one direction, then move in the other. And then I'm going to give you just a countdown of 4 to come back into a neutral spine. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fabulous. So sat here in our table, we're just going to play around with our balance and our core stability. So take that right foot away, push through the heel. So pausing here for a moment, just to stretch through the back of that right leg. This is an opportunity, see it as an opportunity to play around with our core engagement. So I want you to imagine that you are in January, okay, but you are wearing your July jeans and you've been working hard for this bikini body, and your January jeans, well, they just don't fit you anymore. So I want you to imagine you've got this tiny waist. You are really drawing that navel in towards the spine to fit into your summer jeans. And then you are drawing the core down. We want to work into those tiny abdominal muscles. Okay, so we're not thinking about the abs, you know, the ones that we really see. What we're looking at are those tiny core muscles that keep us stable, keep us from having, well, I guess they keep us having a really strong core. They support our back, all of those things that are so important. Yet they're not photographed, are they? You know, when people get their abs out, it's not what we're photographing. So I want you here to draw in that navel towards the spine and then draw it down as if you are wearing your July jeans, but in January. Okay. From here, take that right leg, lift it, keeping that core engagement. Left arm is going to stretch forward if you've got the balance for it. Reaching forward, pushing back. If you're happy here, make it wide. Take the leg wide, take the left arm wide, but keep the body down the center line. Bring it back to center, take that right knee towards the chin, towards the left elbow, and then send it away again. Right, I want you to reset. Again, draw in that navel in towards the spine. Really think about that core engagement. Let's take it wide. Keep the body down the center line. Back to center. Right knee comes under towards that left knee. No, left elbow. And away. Last one. Let's take it wide. Back to center. Knee comes under towards that left elbow. And take it away. Okay. Left hand's going to come down, right knee is going to come down. We're going to take the left leg away, push through the heel. This is your opportunity. Really start to train those abs. So, navel towards spine. Make sure you've got it. If you haven't, play around with it for a moment or two. Really feel into that movement. It's not a big movement. So we're bringing that belly button in. We're squeezing in our July jeans, okay? So really thinking about that tiny waist, really drawing it in and then down. Play around with it. Notice the different sensations. Okay, from here, let's lift through that left leg. Keep that core activated. Right arm alongside the ear. Holding it here. Keep yourself switched on. When you're ready, take the arm wide, take the leg wide. Body down the center line. Back to center. 2 more, that's it. Let's take it wide. And back to center. Last one. Take it wide. And back to center. Left knee is going to come under towards that right elbow. Crunch it in. Send it away. 2 more. Knee comes under towards that right elbow. Crunch it in. Send it away. Reset yourself. Last one. Knee comes under towards the right elbow. And send it away. Okay. From here, right hand's going to come down, left knee's going to come down. Okay. From here, we're going to take the toes under, push back into the heels. We're just going to use this as a stretch underneath the feet and through the Achilles and the calf. So pausing there. And then entirely up to you. We can step, hop, jump, however you fancy it, to your feet are, so your feet are in between your hands, okay? We're gonna roll back onto the bottom and we're gonna lay back on the mat. From here, just tickle the back of the heel so that you know that you're in the right place. I'm gonna do a little bit of core work now. So, setting yourself up, keep the hands down. We're going to just rock through the pelvis. So by that, we're going to engage the core as we squeeze the glutes and lift the bottom ever so slightly. We're just moving through the pelvis. And then the pelvis rocks back. Tiny movements. You might not really be able to see it, okay? I'm exaggerating it so that you can see it, but actually tiny movements is going to be perfect. Play around with that core engagement again. Okay. So from here, we're going to just take the hands down. We're going to start to roll through the pelvis, lifting up towards the midpoint and the back. Push down through the heels, squeeze the glutes, and then roll all the way back down. This time, we're going to lift the head and the shoulders. Take a little core engagement just to lift. Lower back pushes down through the mat. Roll back down and then lift the bottom to the midpoint of the back again. So we're just going to roll up and then we're going to sit up, okay? So roll all the way back down, engage and lift. Going to hold it. We're going to come back down. Roll through the pelvis, hold, push down through the heels. Those glutes should be switched on. Roll all the way down and then engage the core, sit up and lower down. Okay, so moving up a little bit further into our bridge this time. Push down through the heels as you start to lift the bottom, moving through that pelvic tilt, beginning to lift through the hips, coming up through the midpoint, all the way up towards the shoulders. So we're here now in our bridge. We're going to then just tap the bottom down, squeeze to lift. Okay, we're going to go for 10 of them. For 1, and lift. For 2, and lift. Well, you are squeezing at the top. For 3, lift. For 4, lift. For 5, and lift. For 6, lift. 7, and lift. 8, lift. 9, lift. And 10, and lift. Come all the way back down with control, each vertebrae one at a time. Okay, From here, stack the knees over the hips. Feet are lifted, they're at right angles. Okay, so we're going to just start by taking the right foot down and then the left foot down. Okay, so we're just starting to move into that core engagement one at a time. Up to you how quickly or slowly you go. Generally, the slower you go, the harder it's going to be on your core. Really focusing in on that engagement, thinking about drawing in those lower abs. And then we're going to start to make it just a little bit more challenging if you want to add on, okay? So here we go. Sitting up, not quite sitting up, bringing the head and the shoulders up off of the mat. We can then take one foot down and the other, okay? Thinking here about not straining through the neck. So if this is fine, if you're finding this challenging through the neck, then just take the head back down. If you want a little bit more, just a little bit more, from here we can take both toes down and lift. Really focusing in on that core engagement. And we're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause there, bring the knees in towards you. Take any movement of the neck. If you need to just shake the head, yes, no. Just to remove any tension that might have been gathering. Taking little circles on the lower back if that feels good. And then just one more thing we're going to do. Just one more thing, okay? We're going to extend that right leg away. We're just going to draw that left knee in towards us, okay? We're going to hover that right leg. And all we're going to do, keeping the shoulders and the neck off the floor, I should say, or head, we're going to switch it out. Each time we're going to get a bit of a hamstring stretch, but each time we're going to work into the core. Okay, so thinking here about nice and controlled movements as you move through each position. If you can keep those legs straight, great. I can't. If you can't, doesn't matter. But we want to really start to feel it into the core, into the hamstrings. If you're finding that this is challenging, then you can go back to those toe taps from earlier. That is perfect too. We're going to go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, take the head back down, draw the knees in towards you. Again, your chance to reset, making little circles on the lower back if that feels good. Maybe a shake of the head, entirely up to you. And then when you're ready, we're going to rock and roll the spine, just because it feels nice. And we're going to come up onto the toes. See if you can find your balance. I'm very impressed. Nice. All right. So thinking again about a lovely long spine, bring the arms out as cactus arms, find space through the chest, draw the shoulder blades together. Core is going to have to be on point to keep you balanced. Imaginary cord through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine. Find that stretch through the underside of the feet. And then relax, take the hands down. From here, we're going to start to bring the bottom up so we can lengthen through the backs of the legs. So depending on what feels good for you, I would really like it if you could keep a nice deep bend into the knees and allow the chest to rest on top of the thighs. Thinking here about that really deep stretch through the hamstrings. Taking a moment here just to sit nice and deeply. And then let's come into a twist. Take that right hand, connect that right hand to the mat. Use a block if you need to. We're going to straighten through that right leg and bend. Sorry, I should say the other way. Straighten through that left leg, bend through that right leg as you begin to lift that left hand towards the ceiling. Nice deep stretch down the back of that left leg. And then maybe that left hand can wrap all the way behind you, rolling that left shoulder back. If you're finding that you don't have a huge amount of space on that right side, use a block. Honestly, I encourage you to use props. Thinking about moving the bottom towards that back wall, really push it back to get that deep stretch down that outside of that glute, the outer thigh, and maybe the gaze comes up towards the ceiling. And then let's switch it out. We're going to start to bend that left knee and straighten through the right side as we move that block over to the left if you're there. And then that right hand can lift. And then maybe that right hand comes all the way behind you to touch the top of that left thigh. And then gaze up towards the ceiling if it's good for you. We can start to push the bottom back. And then slowly coming all the way back round. Take a nice deep bend into the knees. Take a moment here. Start to round through the spine as you come all the way up to standing. And then from here, take the arms high, reach up out of the waist. Really think about lifting the chin towards the ceiling. And then take an exhale, take a forward fold. Take the hands to the shins, lift and lengthen, extend through the spine. And then from here, we're going to take that left foot back. Find your warrior one. So we want to take those, as we come up, we want those hips forward facing. Okay, so they're facing the short edge of the mat. Bend into that front knee, push down through the pinky edge side of that left foot or left leg. Coming up, nice proud warrior one. Bring the arms above you and roll in those pinky fingers. Drop the shoulders back and down, finding that openness through the chest. So drawing those shoulders away from you. Nice deep breath, inhale, exhale. Thinking about lifting the chin towards the ceiling, but yet keeping the ribs from flaring. From here, take the hands to the hips. We're going to straighten through that right leg. Take a forward fold here. Lengthen, imagine that lovely long spine. And then when you're ready, exhale, coming down. Maybe the hands come down too. Keep drawing those hips level so that right hip is in line with the left. And then when you're ready, take a micro bend into that right leg, bring the left leg up to meet it. From here, come and stack each vertebrae nice slowly, come all the way up to standing. Once you're there, inhale the arms up, reach up, start to lift through the chest, take a mini back bend here. And then exhale, take a forward fold. Hands to shins, take a half lift, lengthen through the spine, gaze towards the top of the mat. Forward fold, and then take a large step back with that right leg. Bring that right foot to about 45 degrees. Come to standing, take a bend through that left knee. Hips are going to be forward facing that short edge of the mat. Push down through the pinky edge side of that right foot. You need to widen your stance, then do that. Okay, We're going to take the arms high, find your proud warrior. From here, begin to just roll those pinky fingers in towards one another, and then rolling those shoulders back and down. Find space through the chest. Check in with the ribs if they're flaring. Engage that core nice and strong, and then lift the chin towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, take the hands to the hips, straighten through that left leg, and then take a fold. Folding halfway, left hip comes in line with the right. Lengthen that crown of the head towards the front wall. Take the gaze down towards the feet. And then when you're ready, take a fold. It doesn't matter how far you come down. We want to draw that left hip in towards the body. And then when you're ready, take a bend into that left foot. Bring that right foot up to meet it. Slowly, carefully sinking down, coming down, bottom comes down. We're going to extend that right leg away, and we're going to bring that left foot into the inner thigh. Sitting up nice and tall, turning the torso over that right leg. Take the arms up, lengthen. Inhale, bring that chin up towards the ceiling, extend. And as you exhale, take a forward fold. It doesn't matter where you get to, but we want this nice long spine. If you find that you're rounding, use props. That's exactly what they are there for, okay? So really think about lengthening that spine. It doesn't matter what you need to use to get there. So really thinking about lengthening, and then when you're ready, beginning to fold over that left leg. If you need a strap here to help you, then do. Really think about that left knee pushing down, opening through that left hip. And then releasing. From here, take that left hand behind you, reach that right hand all the way round, and then lift the hips. Open through the front body. A great and expressive way to get rid of a day spent at a desk. And then slowly come all the way back round. Let's switch it out. Left leg comes long, right foot comes into that inner left thigh. Turn the torso over that left side. Arms come up, lift and lengthen. Take the gaze towards the ceiling. Bring the chin up towards the ceiling. And then when you're ready, start to take that fold. Push that inner thigh, that foot into the inner thigh, and the right knee down into the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and exhale, move the belly out of the way, begin to fold down over that left leg. Using props if you need. And then when you're ready, coming up, taking that right hand behind you, reach forward with that left arm, push down through the right hand, push down through the pinkish side of that left foot, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, open through the front body. Find that expression of freedom, of movement. And then slowly and carefully sink the bottom back round. We're going to draw both knees in towards us. Just close off the body. Bring those feet right in. Hug yourself together. Take the forehead down towards the knees and really round through the spine. Start to allow the skin through the back just to stretch with every inhale. Calming the body. And then releasing off. I invite you to find a place that you are happy to rest for your final Savasana. So at this point, put on a jumper, find a blanket, get some cushions, whatever it might be. Just finding a way to relax. And once you're there on your mat, just want you starting to turn your gaze entirely inwards. Breathing in and breathing out. Settling the breath. Seeing if you can maintain that lovely equal breathing. So today's relaxation is going to be about leaves on a stream. So I'd like you to imagine that you are sitting or standing in the middle of a stream. The water is flowing away just in front of you. Notice if there is any sound from that running water. Pay attention. Notice if there is any trees, flowers, or grass nearby. This is your moment, your stream, your relaxation. What do you see on your perfect day? Now I ask you if you can start to see a leaf floating down the stream, past you, away from you, into the distance. Another one is coming, another one is going, further and further away. Can you notice the leaves, the colours, maybe the tree they've fallen from, the shape, the size? Just see them come and see them go. This can remind us of thoughts, maybe unwelcome thoughts that come, but know that they can go. They arrive in different shapes and sizes, different colours, but they come and then they go. If you have any thoughts in your mind that you would like to disappear, just place them on a leaf one at a time, and then watch it simply float down the stream. Do this with each thought until you feel better. Acknowledging your thoughts, but having control of them is an empowering way to deal with those things that life throws at you. Acknowledge and move on. One beautiful leaf at a time. By watching it float away, it loses its hold on you and the intensity, freeing you up to be incredible, powerful, and reach your potential today. At this moment of relaxation, I ask you to come back to your intention that you set from the beginning of class today. Hold it there. Remind yourself of what was important not that long ago, and sit with it for a moment, just breathing in and breathing out. And then when you are ready, starting to bring your awareness to the wider world, the sounds around you, the sensations, starting to move through the toes, through the fingers, moving through one side of the body, then the other. And then when you're ready, slowly and carefully coming back up to a seated position. And I will be there.